Here we are then, it's come around, the last race of the season. It's going to be an awesome day. As you can see, it's pretty dark, it's early, it rained overnight, and it's the 19th of November, so it's going to be cold. We're out for qualifying first, so the track is going to be really slippy. The championship is going to be an interesting battle. Technically, we can still win the championship, but I think everyone has to retire. We have to beat everyone overall, including the higher classes, and set the fastest lap or something ridiculous like that. The real race is for second in the championship for us today. That's going to be the challenge. That's the exciting talking point. It's real close. I'll bring up the points before the start of the weekend now. Somehow I'll do that. We just need a clean weekend. We need to not put it in the gravel or the wall, and we just need to keep that red and black Clio in our sights, and we should come away with it. We've got the pace. Jack and I have got the experience in the car now. Let's see how it goes. So here we go then, hopefully you can hear me because the wind's just picked up. Qualifying didn't quite go to plan. We are not where we wanted to be, but it makes for an exciting race. Charlie in the unique Clio that we need to stay very close to if we want to keep second in the championship. There's a good 6 or 7 places overall in front of us, so we've got our work cut out. Going to make for a fun race. The qualifying was wet, so the grid is shuffled. We're not that far off, it just ended up with loads of cars stuck in between the two of us, which is not ideal for us. Should settle down if it doesn't rain. Who knows what the weather's going to do. But I'm looking forward to it. It's going to make for an exciting race. I'll try and keep the video up to date with where we are and what that means for the points, but the points are quite confusing. Like I say, qualifying didn't quite go to plan. Red flag came out right at the end. I'd only done a few laps. And there was 6.5 minutes left, so it would have been quite nice to get back out, but they've got to keep a schedule, and that was it for quali. I'm looking forward to this one. It should be fun. Let's see how we get on. So here we go then, slightly out of position. I'm waiting for those red lights to go out, and they're out. And I'm really happy with my initial launch. There's a little gap that opens and closes and then opens again on the inside, so I go for it. The pit wall's getting closer. A couple of cars come together on the left, which actually ends up in quite a big accident that we're very lucky not to be caught up in. I do tell Scott that I've taken a little knock on the left hand side. Obviously I can't see what it is. Took it easy around Paddock Hill, and I'm taking it slightly easier in here just in case something's broken. But we feel okay, and the safety car is already out. So another restart after quite a long safety car period. As you see, there's a few cars missing in front, but I get another really good start, which I'm really pleased with. Keep to the inside, the fast starting rear wheel drive at least around the outside there. But I'm happy again. I can still see the back of the black and red Clio, which I need to finish. I think it's within 2 places in class to finish ahead of the points, or 3 places to finish level on points, but we've got a class win, so I think we would have just done it. So I'm happy enough with the start. We were slightly out of position in qualifying, and we feel like we're back to sort of where we need to be. Get a little bit blocked on the inside by the Elise there. Compromises me a little bit on the exit down this back straight. Keeping an eye on the mirrors. I can see that Clio of Darren. I leave the door open because I know that he's going to send it down there, and my race is not really with him today. It's always a shame to kind of let cars go, but I think that was a sensible decision, and you'll see in a lap or two's time, if I've got it still in the video, that they were coming together there. So a bit of a gap forward now. Just need to settle in and start pushing up on those cars in front after losing a little bit of time back there. Still got slightly cold tyres, but the car's starting to handle quite well. Use all the road on the exit and a little bit more. No pressure from behind, so I can take my normal line into the hairpin, and you can see I'm starting to close up again now. There's a tricky left-handers right between gears for us, but they're still battling, so it allows me to close up. This is only my 5th or 6th lap of Brands Indy from the day. You can see the Clio and the Fiesta have a little coming together there, but they both get through it all right. car's going really well at the moment around here. The only thing holding us back on lap time is me, not the car. Turning in a little bit early there. Clip the curb because of it, probably wash wide. Yep. Guessing that squeals from the rears locking up as there's no weight over them into that hairpin. Trying to just carry as much speed as I can through this left-hander because I know we're between gears. I've just got to watch the track limits on the exit. This goes on like this for a couple of laps. I think the Elise eventually passes the Fiesta and we close up on the back of it. I'm conscious that all the time this is going on I'm losing time to Charlie in the Clio. So I don't want to spend too long tucked up behind the Fiesta, but it is in our class, so it's not an easy overtake. Probably use a little bit too much exit there. Trying to get as close as I can. I know I'm slightly quicker than him into a couple of the braking zones, so that's where I want to get nice and close so I can make the most out of that. He takes a slightly different line to me in this last corner, a little bit wider from the apex. I'm starting to think about whether I can use that to my advantage or where there's any opportunity for me to get past. I've been quite patient behind, but I'm also aware that I can't spend too long. We need to keep moving forward and staying in touch with Charlie, because as it stands right now, there's too many cars between us and it'll be ahead of us on points. Carry quite a bit more speed on the way in, but I think it actually costs me a little bit on the exit, so I need to start finding a way past the Fiesta now. It is not holding me up, but starting to cost me a little bit of time. Again, very different line there. I'm not saying one's better or worse, but it's just interesting we've got completely different lines to the last corner. So I'm thinking now if I can stay close through Paddock Hill, let's see what I can do into Druid's hairpin. Closer than I have been, so now's the time. Move to the inside, give him plenty of time. He stays on the outside, so I kind of use that to my advantage. Just, I've got the overtake done, but start to compromise his exit a little bit now, let him know I'm there. He's now got a tight line, so I actually cut back, take a lower gear, try and use that extra drive out of the corner. Obviously same power to weight ratio, these cars being in the same class. Happy that I don't really leave him much choice there, and I know that we've got slightly different lines here, so if I am naturally going to cover the inside because our lines are different. Happy days. It's a Class C out of the way and we're back. I think at this point we'd be level on points with Charlie, which would be enough because of the race win that we've got. So fast forwarding now to my last lap of Brands Indy. We had a lot of laps on our own. I think we ended up being just enough positions between us and Charlie that we would have just finished ahead on points or level on points. Either way, it was still very close. I had done everything I could. Telling Scott, the guys in the pit lane, that I'm on my way in. Making sure I'm down under the limit of the line, and I'll press the button to begin our 2-minute countdown for our driver change. nice and steady into the box. And that is my stint over at Brands Indy for the last race of the year.
So I've just jumped out of the car, I've done everything I can. It's going to be really close. At the moment, we've got enough points, but there's a long way to go yet.
So here goes Jack to take over from myself on the commentary. We, at this point, have got enough points, and I think we've got about 14 seconds to the car behind us, where we would obviously drop back and not have enough points. So Jack's got an important stint here to bring the car home with enough gap to the car behind. All he's got to do is stay in front of it, and we should have enough points. We didn't test prior to this race, so we're still both sort of learning a little bit on the go, which puts even more pressure on someone like Jack, who is a rookie, hasn't ever raced at Brands Indy. Fortunately, we raced GP earlier in the year, so there's only an extra corner to learn from the two circuits. This is where I'm sure Jack feels the pressure in the car, but we felt the pressure in the pit lane just watching the timing each lap to see if he was pulling out any time of the car behind or the car behind was catching him. I have to say I think it stayed relatively level for a couple of laps at least. Jack has a fairly quiet time on his own, putting in some decent lap times, enough for us to come home with enough points. And then he begins the fateful lap. I think we've got about 3 or 4 laps till the end of the race. Everything's looking normal, sounding normal until the gearbox or something. We're not quite sure at this stage if it's a shaft, final drive, the diff. Put it in gear, but we've got no drive. Jack has his wits about him to pull off into a nice safe location, which is easier said than done with all the adrenaline.
Nothing, no gear.
Us. Race over. Now obviously really disappointing to end our season like that, but we did still finish 3rd in Class C overall championship, which is a fantastic result when you consider that my teammates are complete rookies, never raced before, and it's my first season in this championship, first time driving this front wheel drive car. So I'm really happy, and the car hasn't missed a beat all year. Pro-Am have been a fantastic team. The car has been absolutely solid. It's been extremely quick. Anytime it hasn't won the race is because I've not had the pace as opposed to the car not having it. So I think we can be extremely proud of what we've achieved this year. Finally, a massive thanks to Pro-Am for this year. It's been awesome.